war's over, but a soldier on, still battling the ghost. No, no, no. Oh. Still struggling.
What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, everybody? I want to welcome you to Crypto Secret X Place. We talk about crypto. And yep. We have had a pullback. And so what do you do during a pullback? Just some of the things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about XRP, SUI, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about Pepe today. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. That helps the channel. That helps the algorithm grow. But so let's get into the market today. So I've been in crypto now for going on about 5 years. And so now what we're experiencing in the midst of a bull run is somewhat of a pullback. And so how do you handle that? Like, what do you do when you get in this pullback? This is a time where some people feel a little fear. They feel like, oh man, is this the end of the bull run? Did we see the top of the bull run? There's some indicators which I would tell you that we haven't. We haven't seen the tip of the bull run. And those of you who have experienced this in the last bull run, this is just a part of it. It's a part of it. But this pullback is just a slight pullback. What you have in this type of situation is just some people who bought early, way before some of you got into crypto, now they just took some profits off the table. There are a couple of other things that takes place behind the scene, which many people, I don't even think they think about when it comes to this crypto. Because here's the thing when it comes to crypto. Anything, as a balloon starts blowing up and it starts getting bigger and bigger, there comes a point in time when it has to pop a little. You have to let a little air out. And what happens is, what I mean by you let a little air out, you have to have some sell-off in order to bring in new people. And the reason I say this is because I have two memes, Ted and Looney, that's on SUI, and two memes that are also on Solana. Now, there are some things and some integral parts of this which I understand, and you may get a clearer picture of this, but in the meme world, once a meme gets to a certain point, there comes a time where a lot of people won't invest because they think it's too high. Like, oh, it's maxed out. I'm not buying it anymore. I'll catch it on the dip. But only thing about in meme world, the only way you get dip is when you have some type of sell-off where somebody sells some, and then people come in and they buy it on the low, and then it runs back up, and it kind of cycles like that. When it comes to regular cryptocurrency, when you start looking about regular cryptocurrency, what happens is, even in the regular cryptocurrency, some even the major companies know this. Some have unlocks, but some of them know you have to have somewhat of a sell-off. Some of them just sitting on cash, in which they add it to their, I guess, their reserve bank. But it's just so many things that has to happen in order to bring in new people. If something just kept going up, eventually people say, hey, I'm not sure, especially retail people, when they come in, hey, that's a little too high for me, $300-$400, but I will buy this one for $1. I will buy that one for less than a penny. Just the other day, I had somebody ask me about SHIB, and they were like, SHIB's less than a penny? Oh, I got to get some of that. Once I informed them that SHIB's always been less than a penny, it was kind of like, it has? Man, I can get a lot of it. So you got to think about some of those folks when new retail people are coming in. Now, also, the reason I say just don't panic right now is because we still haven't had the new administration come in. And a new administration is pro-crypto. And for those of you who don't know, this is the first time crypto has had a pro-crypto administration. First time ever. And so you're going to see regulations come in. You're going to see certain cryptos adopted by the United States of America. You're going to see partnerships. You're going to see a SEC chair that is pro-crypto. But what I will take caution on is that once regulations come in, I don't know how that affects as far as, the various prices. So we're still in a very unique situation in which it's not time to panic, but it is time to look at some of your positions. So I wanted to start that off by saying, now let's go to the market and let's look at it, and you'll see why I say what I say and some of the reasons behind it. Uh, a lot of people believe in charts. I know about the Fibonacci charts and all those various charts, but I also think you also have to look at human behavior. And human behavior drives the market. People buy, people sell, it drives the market. And what controls the market? FOMO and fear. Fear of missing out and fear of uncertainty and doubt. Those are the two things that drive the market. Um, and the things that control the FOMO and fear is the what? News. So now when you get those three basic principles of it, you start understanding a little bit more about what the market's about. So as we look at the market, what I wanted to do was actually look at the 7-day percent and then draw the red. I didn't want the green because the green, I know we all get. See, the green causes FOMO. The red causes fear. Excuse me. So if you are in any of these particular coins, when I pull up the red, that causes fear. The green causes FOMO. Always remember that when you look at a chart. When charts go up, a lot of times we feel that FOMO. Oh, man, this is it. This is the big run. And then when we see the red, we feel the fear. Oh, man, it might be going all the way down. Do I pull my money? Do I move it? Fear. And so when you look at the chart, and I wanted to scroll down, I still like to stay in top 100, X Infinity down 25%. But you can just see some of these same ones, Polkadot down 21%. Let's see, Filecoin down 21%. And if you notice, it's a lot of 20%. Then you get into the teens down 19%. And then it kind of goes. So like just on CoinMarketCap, the highest down percent in the 7-day was IOTA at 28.9%. Okay. Now, if you look at the fear and greed, see 73%, we had a pullback. So it did this pullback. So in the fear and greed, what's the actual rule when it comes to investing? Buying fear, selling greed. And that's what people did. They sold in greed. Now they're going to buy up in fear. But most time the people that buy up in fear understand the market. Ethereum is down 1% with Ethereum dominance. Bitcoin is still at 55.59%, still hanging in there. And what I mean by dominance, people are still buying. Now, let's go back to the number one top coins. Now, you look at XRP down 8%. But let's go to just the overall number one coins. Okay, Bitcoin, 7-day, 2.8%. In the green, 98. Ethereum, only down 0.2. XRP down 8%, 2.36. I know a lot of people thought that it was going to really run after the 60 minutes. And a lot of times what happens is it will run. It went all the way down to like $1 something. What happens? The people who know that the price gets a certain percentage, they probably sold. And then what happens? New people buy the dip. So you understand the controlment and movement of the market. Solana went down to 217, now back to 224, only down 3%. So we're not seeing a 30-40% drop, which you do see in the bear market, but you're not seeing those significant drops. The Dogecoin, 1.8%. So Cardano down 16%. I keep telling people this is a really good buy at $1. And I timestamp that. AVAX was up 55, down 14%, down to 45. For me, that's a great price because I've seen it now a little higher than that. So I understand some of these prices. Chainlink, 23%, $23. Hedera, 29. Sui, 377, up 2%. What happened at the $4 mark? You saw some people kind of slow down. Why it's still at 18, and it's been hovering there. But once it starts getting a certain price, people sell off, and then other people say, "Hey, they hit Sui, they buy in." So, what do you do during this particular? Let me look at Pepe too. Pepe, up 14%, only down 1%. So, what do you do when things go down? Now, a lot of times you stop buying. I'm not your financial advisor, but this is one of the things that put me in my position at this particular point in time. When I first got into cryptocurrency at that peak of the bull run, when the prices were just crazy according to that time. Some of the prices are a little bit higher than it was then, and some of them haven't even reached the all-time high. But I was buying, and then I saw pullbacks, and then when I saw pullbacks, I bought more, and then I started calculating. This was what I calculated. Um, I'm not losing anything. I'm just trying to accumulate more. So, okay, I may experience the full bull run, but no, I saw the peak of it, and then I saw the bear market. And so what I'm saying to you now is those of you who are just now getting in, who just don't have a full understanding about how this market moves, this is a great opportunity for some of you to buy. I wouldn't just go ham all the way in, because you may see a little stronger pullback. But we just haven't seen the peak of the bull run yet. And I have my price range. I'm thinking, I know people say 200, but right around that 125, I start seeing these things get over their all-time highs. Then that's when I start considering taking profit. That's my profit taking strategy. Other people have different other profit taking strategies, but I do think, when do I take profit? But if you're new coming in and you just have, and here's the concept with some of the people I'm thinking. Some of the newbies come in and they're telling me, hey, I want to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin, $5 worth of XRP. Let me get $6 of Cardano. What else I need to buy? And I'll give them some tokens that I bought, and it's okay. So how much I'm gonna have by next week? Probably $5,000 or $6,000. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. But this is the time to buy. Now, I would vets. Here's some of the things you're already in position. We all have our bags in certain coins. During the real peak of the bull run, just like some of the days we saw the whole market was green, that's what it's like. That's really what it's like. And I think we're going to see a significant run up, right after President Trump takes office and the new SEC chair come in. I think we're going to see a significant run. Now, when we start seeing those type runs, you may see some of my videos where I come on here and start talking about, hey, I'm taking a little profit here. I'm moving some things over here. I'm moving some things in the Bitcoin. I'm moving some things in the USDC. That's going to be just my strategy. But at the same time, this is a time where let's say you have 10,000 XRP. It goes down to $1. Why not buy some more? And so now when it runs up, you even have more. So what are the coins I'm buying? What are the coins I'm moving up in? The more and more I see, anytime Sui takes a dip, I buy. I buy tons of Sui. I bought Pepe. And this is where you have to think. Where do you have a significant amount of coins? What's your bag? Now, if I had to tell you my bag, I'm gonna go down and just point it out to you of what some of my main tokens I'm holding here. And so, of course, I got Bitcoin anywhere from 90 something. I just think, because I don't know where it's going. I look at that as a store of value. And so Ethereum, still a bargain in my eyes at 37.25. Once you start getting over 4,000, I think that was 900. Let me give y'all the exact price. And this, and I'm going to tell you something else I want you to actually think about. But Ethereum, where's my Ethereum? Yeah, $4,891. That was all time high. Once it gets there, it's in price discovery. And what we mean by price discovery is I don't know how high it's going to go. Now we can make predictions, but it can go higher. But that's price discovery for me. XRP, once it gets past $3.84, price discovery, because these were all-time highs back then. Cardano, once it gets past $3.09, think about it. It's just $1 now. And some of y'all think that's high because you've been buying it at 29 cents. But you see Cardano go to $4, and you could have bought it at $1. That's $3 on every dollar. So, and Cardano is an American-based company. Okay. XRP is an American-based company. There was no time where XRP was on 60 Minutes, ever. They're laying droplets and nuggets down, and some of us are picking it up, some of us are not. Some of us, we're just new to it. AVAX AVEX is just one of those ones that I think I just DCA in. Anytime it's around $40, I DCA in. SHIB, I'm not buying SHIB because my significant hold is in Pepe. I bought Pepe at a dirt low cheap, so I'm just moving as it goes. Chainlink, I do have Chainlink. I haven't advanced my position in Chainlink. XLM, I haven't because I'm on the XRP. But SUI, I'm a significant holder in SUI. So now I up my position. So those things where I'm a significant holder, I up my position. Did I buy a little bit more internet computer? Yeah. I still got over the 100 plus. And so I just upped it a little bit. $12, not bad. So I upped that one. Render. It was a buddy of mine called me and he said, "Is it time to buy Render $8?" I said, "Yep, sure thing." I was telling people it was better to buy Render when it was $3. So it's $9. But I still think Render is going to be one of those ones part of the AI movement. Let's see here. Avi, I talked about Avi. The only thing about Avi, if you didn't buy Avi when it was down $279, unless you got a ton of money, you're not gonna really make much on that. I don't see Avi going, $90,000. So I mean, you gotta buy this in a significant amount. Casper, if it's lower than anything like 10 cent, 9 cent, not a bad buy. Let's see here. Don't have much Filecoin. Phantom, $1.18. To me, it's still a little high. Some people it's not. They may be still buying Phantom. Immutable X, if it goes down below $1.50, I would consider buying that. But I'm in Render, so I just kind of look at it. So this is what I mean by there are a lot of coins out here, and so if once you're in your certain position, you got to understand that unless you're having a significant amount, like somebody who has 20,000 XRP and they bought it at 50 cent, it moves just a little. They feel it. They feel it because it had so much. Okay, so you need to look at increasing your position, buying 1,000 different coins, and you got 6 and 5 and 4 and 2. I mean, you just kind of like as that saying go, good at everything but master of nothing. You got to get a master position in some of these coins here. Ondo, I talked about Ondo. Ondo's up 2.3. I think Ondo can run a little higher. I'm going to do a deeper dive in Ondo, but just giving you the tokens. Now, Jasmine, I'm not buying Jasmine at 4 cents. I think the high, you're looking at about 25 cents, but I bought a significant amount of Jasmine. I was buying Jasmine when it was way lower than that. So I'm not really worried about my position. Gala Games, not really worried about my position because I bought it low. So if you're not in the position you need to be on, you need to focus. Don't try to jump from coin to coin to coin to coin to coin to coin because you're going to miss the bull run. You're going to miss the significant hard part of the bull run because you're going to take $1,000 and you're going to instead of concentrating it, you're going to dilute it. And what I mean by dilute it, so just think about it. If you got lemonade, if you put too much water in it, it just tastes watered down. You may have a little bit, but if you want to concentrate it, you don't fill it up with all kind of water. You just put enough water in, enough sugar to make it sweet, to make where you can taste it. So until you get into position where you want to be, you have to think about, excuse me, I got a little sinus there. You got to think about where you are right now. And I know a lot of people will get on here and say, hey, what are you buying? I'm like, well, how much of it do you have? And they say, well, I have none. How much you going to buy? I'm probably going to throw $100 over there. Some of the coins, then here's the thing, when you think about it, if you put $100 in a coin and it only 4X's, that means you're only going to have $400. Now, if you're just now getting started, that's pretty good. If you've been in this thing 5 or 6 years and you got one that you got 10,000 tokens and it's running and it just went down a little bit, or you're already in position with 10,000, and let's say it was less than $1 and you bought it and you got 10,000, it goes up to $2. Now you got $20,000. So you got to look at it. So some of the tokens I talk about, you may be in position because you've been buying those. Like, when Sui runs $4, $5, $6, I am deep in profit. Why? Because I bought so much of it when it was like really, really cheap, like $1.53. And so those of y'all who are just now coming in, or those of you who are trying to get in position, that's why I keep saying, Sui, look at Cardano. And ADA, XRP, still below price. Bitcoin is just, I look at it as a store of value. When you buy Bitcoin, you're buying Bitcoin long term. If you're trying to, make millions and you're putting in like $20 and $30, you're not gonna make millions on Bitcoin. All right. If you got ETH, if you bought ETH at 1,500 and you got like 3 or 4, you're in pretty good position, because if ETH runs up to 8, you got $24,000. So you started Solana. Some of us have, if you got like 65 Solana, you're gonna feel it. It goes up to $400 or $500. You're like, okay, I'm good. I was buying it at $100. Some of us buying it at $9. So that's some of the things you want to look at. So what am I doing right now during the dip? I'm upping my position in tokens that I'm already up in position. Okay, so that means I don't have to buy as much. I can put $50 over here. I can put another 40. So I can take $900 or $1,000 and divvy that out amongst the coins that I am top heavy in. Okay. And then as those begin to run, then I start looking at taking profit. The prices don't matter to me. But if I'm trying to get in position with tokens that has the possibility to run a 4 or 5x, but they're still low. Okay. So if you have 1,000, you're going in. I got some portfolios on my Patreon page that kind of breaks that down to you. Not kind of, it does. It breaks it down. I'm not your financial advisor, and just know investing in crypto is risky now. You can lose everything. But I do have some wallets that, I've set it out to where if this is a newbie, like, hey, these are tokens that I would invest in. You can look at them. They're 10x. I got some that's possibly if it's 20x, because here's the mindset you're thinking about. If this particular coin, if I have 10,000 in here and I can get this wallet to 4 or 5x, I have $50,000. If you got like $60,000 in your wallet right now, if you get just a 4x of that entire wallet, just a 4x, and you got 60,000, you have now how much? $240,000. So you got to train our mind a little differently here. I know we want the 1,000x. I know we want the 10,000x, but those are more riskier coins. When you start now you're starting talking about degen. We're not in the degen cycle right now. So if you're trying to do degen right now, you're not going to get much push on that unless it's established and it's already listed. The degen comes a little later. Right now, you're in the crypto phase. And when I say crypto phase, you're in the phase where people now only looking at cryptos is getting ready to run. Why? Because we have a pro-crypto administration. Now, if you're in a different country, it may be different. But I know here in the U.S., we are now gearing up and getting ourselves in position with regular cryptos with technology behind them. We're gearing up and getting in position because we have a pro-crypto administration. Okay. We have someone that's already said what they're going to do with Bitcoin and all American-based companies here. So that's going to drive prices abroad. Okay. So you have to look at that, and you really got to be smart with this, guys. Just think about it now. As we said, right now, we still got big tech money coming in. I think the companies are competing with each other with Bitcoin, trying to get one up. The only thing about getting one up, you can own all the Bitcoin, but you don't really see the money until you sell it, unless you have the ability to stake it. Now, there are some companies, Sui in particular, that's setting up where you have the ability to stake Bitcoin. Now, all cryptocurrencies who bring that to the table are going to be unbelievably tapping into an ecosystem that will be crazy. Because if you can stake Bitcoin and earn it on a blockchain, and they're setting it up like that, and Sui, they've already talked about it. I've done that in the video before. I'll do an extensive video on that to give you a little more detail on that. but I've already talked about that in live. So they have that. So that's why I'm really bullish on SUI. So Bitcoin is a store of value. And so people who own it may not want to sell it, but they might want to stake it. And when they stake it, after a while, I mean, it's only going to be so much that you can earn because it's only 21 million. Let me see here. I look at that number so much, but it's only like 21. I don't know why I went brain fart right there on that one. Yeah. And circulating supply is only 19,794,000. So that's why I like SUI. And with that, that's why I keep buying. XRP, Banker's Coin. I like that. They're still working on it. They're competing with Swift. I ain't gonna say competing. They want the business. They want it all. Solana, case user friendly. I could see Solana tapping into that MetaQuest in the metaverse. They already have the phones. SUI, the same thing. SUI and Solana, same boat. Ethereum is just a little different. Ethereum is kind of one of those next behind Bitcoin. They've been around for a while, and people, like, even though they have high prices, people trust them. Then you have Coinbase that's making a strong move with the base coin, with base. And so I think Coinbase is going to be a significant runner here coming up. Why? Because they're already meeting with the president. I guarantee you XRP has been talking with the president. I'm talking with somebody close to him. And so you see these companies, Bitcoin is already, but there's nobody you can call them Bitcoin. Bitcoin kind of runs itself. So I guess the person who owns the most will be the main person. Michael Saylor is trying to buy it up. I think a lot of other companies are trying to buy it up. I think everybody's trying to one up on another person, because with that amount and at that price, you got to have big, big money. Now, some of us had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at 15,000. Whew, did we missed it? Some of us had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at 1,000, way before it even got to this point. So now you're talking about big money, big BlackRock. All these people, even people that said it was a scam, are now buying Bitcoin. And so now you see those things. So in this particular market right now, what you're seeing, you have an opportunity to up your position. If you're new and you're first-time investor, I encourage you to join my Patreon group. The link's in the bio down below. And just look at what it says, wallets, various wallets, 10x wallets, 15x wallets. It gives you a base principle of some of the things of how you can invest and get in. Everything runs in cycles here, okay? So the first cycle you're seeing is people coming into the regular crypto. Then you're going to see people in this large caps, small large caps, medium large caps, small large caps. Then you have medium caps, small caps. And then once you start seeing everything start plateauing off a little bit, then you're going to see that DGen side come back. And then DGen is where people make crazy money. But I just think with the bull run, when it goes, okay, Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. But here's the thing. Once you start getting to the DGen play and people start coming back, the old crypto investors are going to be coming back with a lot of money. All right. So whereas maybe they were throwing 100, some of them maybe throwing thousands of dollars in some of these memes because they got tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. So they may throw a couple of thousand over here and, 100x their money. But they'll be playing with more money. So that's how you start seeing the flow of money here. But right now, I can tell just by the content I'm seeing out on YouTube that people are constantly on the crypto, and the movement is there. Now, where do I see when we get back into DGen, because of this new wave in the pro crypto, unless they change some regulations, I really believe that YouTube memes are going to go off the chart. And the reason being because of new retail people, all these new people coming into crypto. And where do people go when they want to find out about crypto? They start going to YouTube channels. They start going and finding out how to invest, how to buy. YouTube has just become our source of information now, the internet. And so when it comes to that, I think that's where our YouTube memes, after when it's all said and done, will start taking off and running again. And so I think a lot of people now are just kind of sliding and getting in position. I think a lot of people just kind of buying and holding right there, because a lot of them, they don't cost much to buy. You know, you can buy like 20 million, some of them for like 30, 40 bucks. So if I can put 30, 40 bucks over there, and it's kind of, then you start noticing when they start seeing the channels grow, more people come in, more subscribers. We've just, I've seen where my subscribers have started increasing, and many other YouTubers are going to see that. You're going to see videos where you're seeing like 5 or 6, 100 people, 1,500 people watching. More people are talking about it. I got regular people who never talked about crypto now coming and asking me about crypto. Hey, what's your YouTube page? I need to go find it. I need to look at it. It's just, I'm seeing this coming now. And so with that, I think that's going to be the last wave, what you're going to see when we get to the end. But right now, get yourself in position with some of the coins you already have. Don't jump all over the place. Don't just start buying stuff and throwing money everywhere. I'm not your advisor. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell you something that I did in the last bull run. I've already been through this bull run. All right. So I can tell you, don't get like that, because FOMO. There are two things that drive it: buying, FOMO, and fear. All right. And what drives the FOMO and fear? Think about it. It's the news. It's what you hear. It's what's in front of you. That drives the FOMO, the fear. Green drives FOMO, red drives fear. But real investors should be red drives FOMO and green drives a little fear, because I buy in the red. And I've been doing this now for the last 4 years. And every time I look at, even when I look at the market, it goes down, I'm still in the plus. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Even when it goes down, like this percentage, I'm still in the green. Still in the green, even on the down. Why? Because I've diversed my portfolio, strengthened my positions on certain coins to where when that goes down, this balances out. And so that's what you have to do. And I give you a full breakdown on my wallets on my Patreon page, and so you can kind of look at that and see what's going on. And if you want to follow some of the buys I'm doing, I list my buys. I start listing all my buys on my Patreon group, and it's in a paid group there. And so you'll see that. So you will get that information there, and I think everything comes full cycle. Okay, so let's look at here. What's going on, Bree? I see you got C. I have when it comes to C, and I'll pull that up. I bought some before. Let me see what the price of that is right now. I think I bought some just because of the price of it. 57 cents. I saw it a little lower than that. And I'm going to pull it up here so we can take a look at it. Let's see if we can get this chart to come up. It's at a $2.2 billion market cap. Current circulating supply, total supply, 10 billion, 3.9. So it can move rather easily. Look at the all-time chart. You can see I saw it. Let me see. No, I didn't see it at 9 cents. I saw it around this 20. It was a Lord. Let me go back. Let's see. Around 27 cents right here. 57 cents is not too bad. But it is at its like all-time high right now. Oh no, close to $1.14. And so I think I was out of it at $1.14. I bought some around that 20-some cent and kind of sold it. I do have a little bit, but I'm not in a strong enough position in C. But I have to do a deeper dive on it. Some of the things that made me buy it, I can go into it. Is it a good buy now? I think if you're in a good position, like if you have a significant amount of it, I think it would be a great position. So let's say you got, 10, 15,000 of these C. Now I think you would be in a great position. I think if you're just buying, if you're getting into it where you're buying like 100 and you already got a strong position in another token, I think that would be kind of like a waste of your money. Because you got to think about how much could we X here. And so I'm going to go on the optimistic, positive side here and let's just say we get a 10x, that's going to be a $20 billion market cap. If we get a 30x, that's going to be a $60 billion market cap. So even at a 30x, if I had, let's say I put in $100, and I get man, I got a brain fart here. Golly. I'm trying to pull some stuff. I'm looking at some on my calculator at the same time, but this is what I want to talk to you about here. All right. If I get a 30x, and let's say I put in $200, I'm gonna have $6,000. Okay. Whereas, let's say I had 8,000 of them. If I had 8,000 C now at 57 cents in my wallet, I would have $4,000. Okay. If I get a 10x from there, that would take me up to 45,000. So if I got a significant amount, or I'm buying a significant amount, I would say that could possibly be a good buy. Now, if it goes back to its all-time high, you're looking at about a 2x. So that would be 2 times whatever your money's going to be. So if you got $300, you're going to get $600. So some people, it depends on what kind of return you're trying to get and what you're trying to set up. I think of my wallet in X's. I think about, when I look at the chart, I think about the chart in human behavior, fear and FOMO, news, and then I look at the price, the all-time high, the companies, the partnerships. There's a lot of things I look at when I'm doing my analysis of different tokens I'm buying. That's why I'm so big on SUI, because I like the partnerships, and I'm seeing the growth, and I saw the growth from $1.53, and that's why I keep hammering it, because I really think that's going to be that runner like Solana. I don't think it's going to replace Solana, but man, I think that's going to really run, especially when people catch on. The price is low, the speed is high, they got technology, they're already in use case, 0 downtime. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. It's almost like they became, I don't know if y'all remember a movie like the Bionic Man. I think I was watching a little replay, but it had something called the Bionic Man, $6 Million Man. And then he was half bionic. And then they came out with a fully bionic man. And this guy was even super faster. I was watching just the other night. And so his where one person had like the same type speed and strength, the other one was fully bionic and had just double of what the other one. And I just think they've just kind of upped the game. They're not out here saying we want to replace Solana. They found their niche. They're just talking about what they want to do. So they're not trying to downplay another crypto. They're just actually talking about what they can do. And I think that's awesome. I think ETH, we're going to see ETH pump, because once Bitcoin reaches its full dominance level, then you're going to start seeing people move over into ETH. And those are going to be the people that have the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now you're seeing millionaires and billionaires buy Bitcoin. If you got a couple of $100,000, you might get more X's in ETH than you would in Bitcoin, because you can't, I'll put you like this. If I got $500,000, I'm a half a millionaire. Let's look at it like that. I got 500 million. Okay, Bitcoin is close to 100,000. If I bought 5 of them, that's all my cash I'm betting on. But if I got $500,000, I go into ETH at $3,000 a token, that's nothing. I mean, that's really nothing to me. You understand? And Solana, that's nothing. XRP is really nothing. But they have the stability behind it, and they're there. And so you'll start seeing the money flow right there. And so, again, also as you get closer to the weekend, expect a little bit more of a pullback. Keep you some dry cash on the side. Expect a little bit more to pull back on the weekends, because why? People spend a little bit more. Sometimes things run up a little bit, they go down, but just expect a little bit more pullback. The closer we get to January, you're going to see a run up. All right. The closer we get to the inauguration, you're going to see a pullback. All right. And then you're going to see a crazy run up. Why? Because this is how I see it. The big money has already bought it. They're buying, and they're buying at low prices. So as the FOMO starts and the green starts going up, you're going to see people take a little profit. The big dogs, they're going to take a little profit. That's going to create a gap for the retailers to buy. Oh man, it's dipped. Yeah, you know, because in their mind, I've seen this thing at 100,000. It's what? It's like 94,000. Oh, I got to get some. I got to get my $20. I got to get my $30. I'm just trying to tell you now, we're still in dominance. And so once you start seeing that, then you're going to see a little sell-off. Then you'll see people buy because everybody's anticipating what President Trump is going to do once he gets in office. He already made a bold statement of 100 days. I'm going to put a group together, and we're going to have legislation, regulations, clear guidelines for cryptocurrency. 100 days of first days in office. He's already made that. He's already put the SEC chair in office. So those guys are going to hit the ground running with crypto. And they're talking to crypto people. They're meeting with the crypto exchange. The SEC is meeting with crypto exchanges. I want you to think about that. So you're going to start seeing things run. So now you're looking at January, February, March. Now we're going to be getting in some new kind of price discoveries. You're going to start seeing things run. You got to start thinking about where you bought at, and don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Think about where you bought and just think about the process, okay? And I'm going to go more. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to give you more details on that. But you get the picture. You get the picture of what I'm talking to you about. And just remember this. I can draw the charts all day long. What drives the market is FOMO and fear. What drives the FOMO and fear? News. Remember that. Remember I said that. When it all comes down to it, I don't care how many line graphs I draw, how many little connect dots, and this right here, all that's based off human behavior. And when you understand that, you'll understand the market. All right, man, I want to thank y'all for joining me today. If this has been helpful, make sure you like, subscribe the button. If you got people that's new into crypto, this is a channel for them. I'm going to be talking to them because right now, if you've been in crypto for a while, we're inviting the retail people to come in, but we got to break it down to them. We got to give them realistic expectations. We got to help them through it, or they're gonna you know, we're going to start seeing our dinosaur tokens run. Robinhood is going to blow up now. I'm trying to tell you because they don't know how to do wallets. They don't understand market caps and they don't understand that. But what they do understand is price. Remember that. They understand price. Okay? All right, people. I'm going to have to get out of here, man. But I want to thank y'all for joining me today. Like I always say, you never learn how to swim without jumping in, and you'll never climb a mountain without stumbling. This is Chris with Crypto Secret X. I'm out of here.
Too heavy for a heart like mine. Say